Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dungeon Nytes, our weekly dose of D&D from us to you. Welcome to Monday Night Session, a campaign inspired heavily by Rime of the Frostmaiden. Last week, Teaca got put in prison, which was kind of a blessing, because she could have just been hauled away by a bounty hunter, and the party would have done nothing to stop it, because they did nothing to stop it. They're just like, oh, okay. Bye.
I tried to bribe him. I tried.
I mean, he's a bounty hunter. You never know. But after that, you went and talked to Speaker Wayland. She gave you a fairly, I don't know, strict task of uncovering more clues or information as to the whereabouts of the kind of figurehead and all of the crystal and goody goods that got stolen from the town hall, as it represents a lot of hope and kind of tradition in all of East Haven. It's a really big hit that they don't have it there, especially to the morale of all the people there. So after trying to kind of butter up the clerk, Estia went and made some food to try and bring by some lunch, which was the price to pay to get to go see Speaker Wayland. And Drathar and Poppy went to go explore the Wet Trout, which is a tavern at the northeast end of East Haven, where they spoke to a couple interesting characters who gave them some tips that this might be a little bit of running interference by the hands of the Zentarum, also might have a little something to do with some Duergar, which are dog dwarves, and to go check out the ferry. So where we last left last week, unfortunately we had a technical difficulty that cut us short a smidge. My ISP decided to have a scheduled maintenance during our scheduled session. Jerks. Did not tell me until
a schedule conflict.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a little, I was like, why is everything gone? Oh, because they cut it. Anyway, so we're back now this week. Drathar and Poppy are on the way back to the town hall. Estia, I think you were on your way back or had delivered food there. Teaca's drunk in a jail cell. So
I'm all alone.
Teaca, let's start with you. Teaca, how are things in jail?
Well, there were 7 bottles in my bag, and now they were full, and then I made songs on them, and now there are no bottles of fullness in my bag.
Just an empty bag?
No, I have stuff in my bag, just not bottles of fullness. Yeah.
Teaca, as you're sitting there and as you're singing and drinking and tossing empty bottles about, you see at the far end of the room, there's a door. Unlike the kind of front secretish door that you were taken in through, there seems to be an actual door from the inside of this building.
Where did that come from?
Excuse me, miss. I've been told to come in and ask you to keep it down if you could.
Oh, excuse me? You don't like my singing? I think you should join me. And she's gonna roll persuasion.
I'm so proud.
You're gonna make this poor gentleman do the hoedown or something, aren't you?
Oh,
right.
Okay. That there is a 20, sir.
Whoa. Whoa.
Heck yeah. Let's go.
I thought you meant a natural 20. That's only a 15.
Oh, no. It's a 15 plus 5. It's 20.
That is a 20. Yeah, so this guy who had kind of poked his head in, he's, kind of clean shaven, younger-ish looking, kind of, has his guard uniform on and kind of comes in. He's like, I really can't sing with you. per se, but I mean, if I sit in here and talk with you for a bit, will you keep the singing to a minimum? They're really upset out there.
Did you have any extra beer? I'll shut up for beer.
Kind of looks around. Unfortunately, I don't. Is there anything else?
All right, sit on down and tell me your story.
You want to tell you my story?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mine's crazy. I don't want to talk about it.
Well, I suppose if it'll settle you down, sure. And he kind of walks over, and there's a bench, kind of in the middle of the cell area there, and he kind of sits down, and he, just takes his hat and puts it next to him on the bench, and just kind of looks at you for a minute. On one condition, I don't even know your name. Can I have your name?
Teaca, nice to meet you, sir.
My name's Jonathan.
Jonathan.
So, Teaca, can I just ask why you're here? I mean, I didn't even hear you brought in and you were singing, and they were like, there's a lady in there that's singing.
I was mistook for somebody who slept with somebody. And honestly, I would remember if I slept with somebody no matter how many beers there are. I mean, you feel that in the morning. So I'm thinking they done goofed. And it's not me. And so now I'm here waiting because my friends left me, even though it's not me. And I had 7 bottles of beer, and I have no bottles of beer. And I have no friends because they left me. And I'm also not even supposed to be here because the magical portal brought us back here in time. And now here I am talking to you, Jonathan. And you'll probably... You're human?
Yeah, last time I checked.
Yeah, you're probably dead. That's disappointing. So tell me your story.
I'm a bit confused. Hold on. So you came here, you came through a magical portal.
Yeah.
And you're in the... How... You travel through time?
Right? I could probably see great Uncle Sam. He has a lot of money, Uncle Sam does.
Well, I don't know your Uncle Sam, but that is a very...
You don't want to know Uncle Sam. He does a lot of taxation.
Well, anyway, yeah, so time travel, that's a something I've never heard of that before. Are you sure?
Me either.
You didn't just fall and bump your head?
I wish I did, but that's why that person who slept with the other person couldn't be me, because I've been here for, I mean, maybe a day, but I'm from 100 years forward, and so I couldn't have been here backwards because we didn't travel from the past, we traveled from the future, so it can't be me. And you know what? If it was me, I would own up to it, but it's not.
So you're saying it wasn't you?
Unfortunately. I don't even know this dude. I don't even know if he's good looking. Wait, I don't even think they slept with the dude. I think they slept with the woman. See, I can't even tell. Definitely wasn't me.
I mean, for what it's worth, I'm convinced, but I feel bad.
Me too. I think I'm stuck here.
Yeah,
I think I'll be 100 before I see myself. 129 until I'm 0.
I'm sorry to take orders there for a second. Anyway, so you and all your friends are from the future.
I assume
can I
so.
ask you? Can I ask you some questions?
Yeah, sure, go for it.
So, is I mean, you obviously know about the maiden. Is she still controlling us in the future?
Oh, shoot, I didn't really listen to my professor. Mr. Smurf said that. Oh, I didn't take notes. 2 years. I think it was 2 years. You only have 2 years. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. She's been here for 10 years. I didn't take notes, but she goes away eventually. Don't you worry. Unless we mess up the past and the future by being here and talking to you right now, in which case she may never go away. So,
Do you by
there's
chance know
hope.
how she goes away?
We got transported here before the class was done.
Hmm.
If I knew, honestly, I would just tell you. I'm all about waging bets.
Yeah, I grow more disheartened by the day. My family is struggling currently.
With the winter.
Yeah, it's always winter. It's eternal. It's colder. Feels like every day lately. I just I don't know what we're gonna do. People keep saying we should make more sacrifices to the maiden to try and appease her and hold off as long as we can, and others say it's time to leave, but we can't get out.
You can't leave. We can't leave. Unless there's another way to leave that they didn't want us to leave. But there's a way. And maybe we mess it up by being here. But if we don't, there is an end. And that should really push you forward.
I don't think that made any sense, but you are quite sauced at the moment, and I understand that. Listen, I appreciate the conversation. I feel bad for you having to be in here. You seem like a nice satyr. I just please try and keep it down.
You didn't tell me your story. Why is your family struggling? What do they do?
My family does nothing. We were fishermen. Well, fish people? Fishermen. Yeah, fishermen. We fish. And I decided to join the guard because they were giving out rations for those that would hopefully defend East Haven from all manner of creatures. We've seen big cats, we've seen yetis getting closer as they're getting hungrier. There's less and less food to hunt. Even the fish seem like they're getting smarter and moving away from our traditional spots. I don't know, it's a bit rough, Teaca. It's a bit rough.
What kind of sacrifices is she? Why is she asking for sacrifices? You're all gonna die anyway up in this winter.
It's Teaca, do you have a particular faith you follow? Do you have a god or goddess that you pay homage to, per se? Patron, something?
We're a little jolly. No. No, I just drink.
Hmm. Well, out here, Oriel commands respect, and no one knows exactly how to appease her. They don't know how to commune with her, so they do things that have been done in traditions of old for many years, and some people try to make sacrifices of food or fruit or livestock, which is very
Well, I
precious.
thought we were sacrificing people.
Oh no, we do that too.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's a bit darker, but lately, with the increasing difficulty to feed those in the city, and it seems like we're getting closer and closer to where if crimes are committed, we are executing people as sacrifices to the Frostmaiden. It's not anything that, Imdra or the speaker are particularly happy about, but when the town cries and demands action, there's not a whole lot they can do.
I mean, is it making a difference?
I can't say. All I know is it doesn't stop. It just gets colder.
Sounds like you need a new leader. Or a direction. Or a fix.
I wouldn't go
I'm
saying
not very
that
good
too
at any
loudly
of
for
this.
you. Listen, there's already people that are fairly suspicious of newcomers to town, and you're already in jail. I think you might want to play it safe and keep.
Oh,
those
I
kinds
would
of
not
things
make a
down.
good leader or any of that, don't you?
Yeah.
Me. There's nothing changing here, but I'll tell you what, Jonathan. If I get out of jail, since I have 100 years until I'm born, I will spend the next 100 years trying to fix your problem.
Well, in some weird way, that's comforting. So,
Yeah, I'll
thank you for
try.
that.
You're welcome. Maybe some future knowledge that I have somewhere deep inside will help the past. Man, this is all, you know what? If I wasn't sauced, I would be sauced.
I'll see if I can find you some more liquor.
Thank you.
But, like I said, please, keep it down. I know the speaker talked to some of your friends, and I think they're out trying to help with the ongoing investigation and things that might go along with the speaker. I know she's a bit more interested in solving the town's problems than bounty hunters. But keep your voice down. If you anger
Mom's
her,
so worried.
she might just release you forthwith to get rid of you.
I'm louder?
I'm to the bounty hunter to leave.
Oh, okay. But he can't leave.
Oh,
Maybe I can tie him down.
Weather's improved. You could be gone any second, technically.
Okay, I'll stay quiet.
I hope that helps. All right.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Right. And he picks up his hat and stands up and goes out the door and shuts it behind him. You can hear some faint talking out in the hallway. We're going to head over to Estia. Where did we leave off with Estia before we
So we
dropped
left
this time?
off that she was bringing lunch to Teaca because she brought extra for Maud. That's how she was able to tell Nims that she could bring a meal to Teaca. But I literally think she was sizing up one of the guards when we cut off.
Ah, yes.
Wasn't Prudence helping her as well?
Oh, Prudence is who I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah,
Prudence was who she
helping.
gave the food to. Thank you.
Yes.
And then she was sizing up one of the guards. That's about it.
Okay. So what do you do?
So I think she's heading towards Teaca's cell and she's just kind of keeping a lookout. So how many guards would she see?
So are you going through the front or are you going through the back?
The main way to her cell.
I think so.
Because she came and dropped off food for Nims and Prudence.
So Prudence
they
probably
probably
would have
would've directed her.
escorted you down the hallway. And so you would see a couple guards standing outside this door. And Prudence kind of points to you, just down there. There's two guards. They got in the cells when there's people in there. And your friend was very loud until recently. But she probably could appreciate a friend right now. If you need anything, we'll be in here with Nims.
So she'll probably walk to the guards and just kind of nod politely. I'm just bringing a meal for my friend Teaca.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Sure. Go ahead. And Jonathan peeks his head in. Teaca, you've got a visitor with food.
I have a visitor?
Excuse me, what's your name, ma'am?
Estia.
Even Estia here to see you?
Ah! She
All right,
didn't forget me.
We'll send her in. There you are. And you're able to kind of walk in, and he shuts the door behind you.
So I'm like in the cell with her?
In the jail, not in the cell.
Okay.
So there's like a
just trying
jail
to
area.
understand.
So as you go through the door, you walk in. You see that there's cells on either side of this area.
Okay.
Teaca to you is on your right hand side, kind of in a center cell. There's a bench kind of in the middle of the room between the cells for you to be able to sit.
Gotcha. Are there any other prisoners down here?
No, there are no other prisoners.
Are there any guards in this room?
Nope. I mean, you're locked in. Think of going into a ward on a prison where they just kind of can like shut the gate behind you and you're not going anywhere until you're like, let me out.
Okay. So Estia would walk over to Teaca and be like, Teaca, how are you holding up?
I had 7 bottles, and now there's no bottles.
Oh my. It's worse than I expected. So they didn't confiscate your liquor before throwing you in the cell. How unfortunate.
Thank goodness, because if I was here without any bottles, I would be bottleless. But now I have 7 bottles that I can make musical notes with. They weren't liking it though, so I stopped.
So I'm
Jonathan
assuming that your progress for trying to find a way out of this mess is about the inverse relationship, the progress you made on those bottles.
I told Jonathan we're from the future.
You did what now?
I
And
told
who
him to
is
tell
Jonathan?
the guy who came into my cell to tell me to shut up. I asked him his story, and then he told me about the lady, and I said the lady, and then I told her about him about the future, and the lady goes away.
No.
Okay, hey, you're a bookworm, right?
The one thing I asked you to do when they were carrying you off was to keep your mouth shut. Why would I think you'd be capable of following such simple instructions?
I don't know. It's honestly it's a mystery. But speaking of instructions, I just had a thought. Because Jonathan asked me, right? He said, Teaca, when does the queen go away? The queen, the patron, the monster, the lady. And I said, I didn't pay attention in class, so we didn't get there either. But then I thought, you're a smart person.
Excellent.
Do you have your textbook from class still?
I mean, it's back at the hotel room. I didn't bring it with me to deliver you lunch.
What if it said... Oh, I lost my arms. What if it says... why and how we get rid of this lady, and we prove it, or not by the textbook, because that might... I mean, nobody will believe us, obviously, if we have a textbook.
So, my dear, how is that going to help you get out of the current situation?
If it has something interesting that we can tell them about, maybe we'll seem like helpers from another place instead of hinderers.
Or we'll seem like we're witches and they'll burn us like they did the other sorcerer.
I mean, we don't have a wizard in our crew.
But if you tell them we're from the future, they may just think, oh dear, oh, this is a bigger mess. All right, tell me which one is Jonathan. Let's start there.
He has black hair that he kind of like wears all fluffy right here. And he's got like these arms that look like a fisherman. And so that's the one.
Very descriptive. Excellent. Let me just
Anyway,
hunt
he
down
was
every
wearing
dog
a
with
uniform.
fisherman arms real quick.
He was wearing a uniform.
Okay. So I see my work is cut out for me. I have a plan. Here, take this plate. Take this bowl of stew. It's still nice and warm.
Oh, it is nice and warm. Thank you.
Let me go talk to these two and see how far this damage is gone.
Get the textbook. I'm telling you. Maybe it tells us the secrets we need to know to get out of here into the future.
In the meantime, let's keep our secrets just that, as secrets. Please, Teaca, I'm begging you.
Mom's the word. I won't say another word. Thanks.
So Estia's gonna turn around, and she still has about 4 biscuits left in her bag because she didn't give any to Teaca. Partly because she's mad, and partly because she has other ideas. So she just gave her the bowl of stew, and she's gonna head back out to where the guards are.
So you're gonna have to go and knock on the door, and as you do, the door kind of opens up. Yes, Mum, you ready to leave?
Well, I just, you kind gentlemen look like you might be in need of a snack, and unfortunately, Teaca was quite satisfied with just the stew, so would you care for some biscuits?
Oh, Mum. I mean, yes. Very much so. Those smell wonderful.
So during this conversation, Estia would probably be, she'd on the outside be just very friendly and harmless, but she'd also be trying to assess if she could find like where the keys were to either the jail itself or the cell.
So give me a investigation check. Perception check, because you're in a conversation. So let's do that.
Okay. She gets a 3 + 1, so a 4.
You're not perceiving that there's any kind of anything around you that appears like it would be helpful. You don't see, like, aside from the keys that are kind of like on the guard in front of you, which are very obvious for you to see.
Sure.
It's not like there's like a set that's like hanging up on a key ring or anything. It just seems very kind of like the guard had a set of keys. That's it.
Excellent. That's so good. Yeah, I think she's gonna give them the biscuits in goodwill to hopefully build up a little bit of goodwill with the guards. And then she's gonna look at the one that she assumes is Jonathan. Would she be able to tell which one?
Yeah, she'd be able to tell. So Jonathan was the one that kind of let her into the cell. The other one is kind of a red-headed gentleman who's looks about the same age as Jonathan, but definitely not dark-haired.
Okay. So she's gonna look at Jonathan and she'll be like, "Oh, you poor boy. I just hope you don't fall for any of that girl's lies. She's quite not herself and a little too much in the bottle, if you know what I mean. I wouldn't take one word she says seriously if I were you."
He takes a bite. These biscuits are so good. I mean, I did talk with her for a little bit, and she did seem, I don't know, she seemed a bit out of her mind, but also very sincere at the same time. It's almost like talking to a child.
She tends to be that way, especially, like I'm saying, especially as soon as she hits the bottle, you know how it goes. She just becomes this very childlike, but all of a sudden, everything she says is just the most bizarre, absurd stories. She told me this story one time about how she fell into a well and she was transported to another location. It was absolutely absurd. So I've noticed this from her in the past. I just wanted to give you fair warning.
Are you trying to deceive him?
Yes.
Give me a deception check.
Why do I feel this is gonna go bad?
Oh, I rolled on the wrong. Hold on. It was a very average, anyways. She gets an 8.
So, at first he's eating the biscuit. Actually, you know what? I will let you roll again. I'm going to give you advantage because you gave him a biscuit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, let's go! Biscuits saved the day. Let's go! Oh, so good.
So it's a night. I think it's a -1.
It's fine. It's a nat 20. It is what it is. So you basically you start talking to Jonathan, and Jonathan's kind of kind of like eats. He's like halfway through the biscuit, and he's just like chewing and then swallows and goes, you know, I guess, I mean, I guess I understand. I had an uncle once that would say the damnedest things after he hit the bottle, but I mean, she seemed like such a nice girl. And the things that she said.
She's very nice. I don't want to speak any ill of my friend Teaca. She's such a sweetheart, and I truly care about her. I just, you know, when she has a little too much to drink, it's a different side of her that comes out.
Well, I did warn her not to say those things too loudly. There are those that aren't exactly very forgiving of newcomers, especially those that are saying things that are a bit out there.
I completely understand it. And you know, between you and me, Jonathan, I think I would be most appreciative if we could just keep this here, because other people might not understand the way that Teaca is. You seem to be a very understanding and perceptive fellow.
I'll be happy to leave it as it is. I mean, are you going to be able to get her out of this mess? Are you going to let her go down to Waterdeep?
Oh no, we will not let her go down to Waterdeep. We're working on things with Speaker Waylon, so that we can go and you know, get some redemption for our sweet Teaca. Poor dear.
All right, well, please move fast, because as soon as Pietro gets back, they're going to be heading for Waterdeep.
Well, on that note, I'll leave you with the biscuits, and I must regroup with the rest of the party so we can get this job done.
As you walk away, you see Jonathan kind of take a handkerchief out of his pocket and wrap up the other half of the biscuit, kind of put it in his pocket.
I think Estia would notice this and then would feel a pang of guilt, because I think she realizes the lack of food situation that's hurting the whole village, and she knows very well that they have a magical stew cauldron, and so I think this might be the first time that Estia feels a pang of guilt, not just for deceiving this poor guy, but also because of the food situation.
Bit guilty are you? My family's starving and you're sitting there making stew. Guilt. It's totally fine. All right, so what do you do next?
I think she's gonna go and try to find where Poppy and Drath are. See if she can catch up with them.
Well, it just so happens that Poppy and Drath are making their way back to the town hall, and as you are done talking with Teaca and Jonathan, they are coming through the front door.
Point of... I
Order?
thought, point of order.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Scython come over to us at the table? We weren't quite on our way back.
I thought
we
you
were
guys
getting
were on your
ready.
way back.
No, we were getting ready to leave, and a drunk named Scython comes over and plops at our table.
Ooh, that's right. Scython comes and plops at your table. See, that's what I was trying to find. I was like, what are we doing? Drathar said you guys were on your way back.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
Forgot about Scython.
Forgot about Scython.
Yes.
Forgot about Scython, he says.
I've been keeping notes.
No.
I think Drathar was trying to get out of there after that. The guy was hitting on him.
Yeah. No,
like,
not
we're
quite.
like-
Not quite. We went to the table and we talked, and just as we were getting ready to leave, Scython, who's very drunk, came over.
I love it. I love it. All right. Well, so if Scython comes over, give me un momento here.
Sorry, Drathar.
It's fine.
Ah, Scython, yes. All right. And Scython comes this time. Get our music going. Boop. Nope. There we go. Back at the Wet Trout. So while this is happening, you still at the Wet Trout, having talked with Tacitor and having been given information about maybe checking out the ferry, movements of the Black Network, etc. A drunk tiefling. He's got kind of a bluish red hue to his skin, kind of gray horns that seem to kind of rise up from the front of his head and then almost kind of roll back up. It's a very interesting kind of a horn, almost like slicked back hair, but then with like tails that come up on the outsides. And he sits down at your table. Well, hello. I don't believe I've seen you here before. Who are you?
Well, normally you would introduce yourself before you ask others who they are.
Quite right. My name is Scythorn. I'm a frequenter of this here tavern. A rather popular patron here at the Wet Trout. You might say I know a few things, hear a few things, done a few things. And you were looking for information.
Where did you hear that?
He's going to shoot you a look, Poppy. My dear, it's my job to hear everything, to know everything. You don't get to be me without having particularly perceptive ears. Also, my man was at the bar listening. But never mind that. You know, it's fun. Anybody need another drink? I need a drink. Yo, Tazza, give me another drink. Thank you, Tazza. So,
Well, you said you don't get to be you. Well, who are you?
I just told you, my name's Scython. I'm a frequenter and purveyor of the Wet Trout, and I also, do a few things. Most notably, I run the ferry of East Haven. Heard you were looking for some information.
Have you been running the ferry for long?
Oh, owner and operator, of course.
We were told that recently a group of people may have come and gone to the ferry last couple days. We are looking for them. They're friends of ours.
Well, I don't believe that for a second. Because you're new here, and you don't have any friends. But I'd like to be your friend. If you're looking for one.
Oh, I'd say we have a few friends in town, even though we're new.
Do you now? Just who might that be?
Well, the tavern owner Bardabun would probably be a friend.
Oh, Bartman, he's a good old chap over at the White Lady Inn. He's a good chap. Man, a few words. What a good chap, nonetheless. Thank you, Tazza. Good tasty. Yeah, so, again, what can I tell you? You say you're looking for some friends up on my ferry. Well, the ferry gets some use here and there, now and then. Anybody in particular you're looking for?
They would have been traveling there the last day or two, dwarves.
Dwarves, you say? What kind of dwarf? Names, faces, descriptions, all helpful. Man, you must have gotten a shipment in from Goodme. Taz, this is some good stuff. I don't know, you just two are very peculiar. Not often we get outsiders, not often we get such an assortment of outsiders together. What's your story? I'm all ears.
We're just traveling companions that found ourselves coming here. Though currently one of our party is in a little bit of trouble, but nothing to worry about.
Oh, you're already in starting trouble. Interesting. Interesting. What kind of trouble?
We'll just say trouble seems to find some of our party at times.
I mean, I don't know if you noticed, but you're in the wet trout. Trouble finds all of us here. Mostly. Yeah, mostly. This is pretty much the most outcast and miscreants you'll ever find. Yeah, George, don't even give me that look. You know you've been in the clink more times you can count. Go back your drink. Everybody's got trouble. In fact, I heard there was some trouble down at the town hall last evening.
I believe we've heard something about that as well.
Poppy's gonna just reach into her pocket and pull out a gold piece and just set it on the table. And that's it. Just set it on the table.
Now, listen here, you pretty little lass. Why would you be flaunting all that sparkly, just leaving it there on the table? Careful or someone might take it.
Someone might.
And he's gonna pick up the coin. He's gonna reach over and attempt to grab your hand. Do you let him?
No.
Oh, dearie. Just 'cause I'm a tiefling, you're going to give me the cold shoulder?
It has nothing to do with you being a tiefling.
I can be a bit scary. Rawr.
It still has nothing about
Anyway.
you being a tiefling.
Oh, it's totally fine. Listen. I'm just gonna slide this back over to you, and I'm just gonna suggest that you keep your money in your pants. Literally in your pants, or someone's gonna steal it. So, you two don't seem like very talkative folks. I will say I appreciate a chance to get to know some new folks in town. I do hear all kinds of things here in the wet trout, and I would be happy to talk with you sometime if you were not being so, I don't know, tight-lipped about everything. And he's going to shoot a look at Drathar. And it's not a menacing look, but it's a very serious look. Like kind of this very Listen here, boy. You want to know what's going on with the ferry? You're not going to get any more information than me. And if you try and come up to me, ferry, and I'm not there, I'm going to take it as a personal slight. And now that we've been acquainted, I would take it as even a greater slight. Now, I'd be happy to help you. I'm a good-natured soul. But you are in the wet drought. And you've made quite a spectacle of yourselves, even if you think you haven't. Of course, you think you haven't. Just bringing this one in here was a huge mistake. People are going to have eyes on her, well, you, dearie, until you leave. New faces are very hard to forget, especially when they're pretty ones. So, if you really want to get ahead, if you're trying to help your friend, then got thrown in the clink, and Pietro's gonna be hauling her ass out to... What was it again? Oh, that's right, Waterdeep. Yeah. You might start, I don't know, being just a tad bit more trusting to those that are actually trying to give you some help. And he picks up his mug. Cheers to you. Good luck. We'll see you again soon. Kind of stumbles away.
So, Poppy,
Yes.
he seems to know something.
Yes.
What do you think we should do? Should we go talk to him, or should we go back and meet up with Etsia first?
I think we should maybe try and talk to him, but I don't want to get cozy with him. He's really not my type. He seems a little young.
Yeah, yes, from what I can tell of what you prefer, he definitely is a tad bit young for that.
I don't know.
If you want, would you want to go meet up with Etsia? Then I can come back and talk to him.
Yeah, but would you be safe by yourself?
Safe enough. Technically, nowhere is safe here for us right now, but I'd be safe enough, I think.
Well, I suppose it would probably be better if I wasn't here as a distract. I don't want to be a distraction.
Yes, that might help. Might keep fewer eyes off of us, since they seem to be focused a lot on you right now.
I'm not really a bad person, Drathar.
And do you think I am?
Not at all. I just think people sometimes have the wrong idea about me. I'm just not very experienced. My family was very sheltering of me, so
I don't
not-
think that bothers them one bit. I think if they knew that, that would probably make them a little more forward and happy about it. So it probably would be better if you go back with Etsia.
okay. Did you want me to leave you some gold pieces, or do you have enough?
Just enough if I can buy a drink or two, so I can take one over to our new acquaintance.
Okay. Poppy's gonna give Drathar. Is 2 gold pieces enough, Drathar?
That should probably be enough, yes.
Okay, Poppy's gonna give Drathar 2 gold pieces.
Drathar will take it and kind of just put it in his pack.
Will you at least walk me to the door to make sure that nobody else follows me?
If you want, I can walk you all the way to Etsia if you want, and then I can just come back.
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. Drathar will finish the drink that he did have, and then he'll stand up and start heading for the door.
Poppy's gonna follow him.
Do come again to the Wit Trout, please. Tacitor kind of just gives you a parting little wave.
Oh, I'm sure we'll be back soon, don't worry. It's a rather nice place here.
We like to thank you.
Or with that, Drathar will just kind of pull up his hood, cover himself up, and start heading back towards the town hall.
Poppy's gonna grab Drathar's arm as he walks out. so they don't get separated.
And we'll head back to the town hall.
All right. So, as you guys head back to the town hall, walking down the cold streets, feeling the wind on your face as you do, seeing that the snow has let up. Just a bit. As you're walking down the street, you notice Drathar. Off to your right, you begin to see out of a house come Pietro. You're ahead of him, but you see him. Seems to be moving towards the town hall.
Ooh, what to do?
I'll give you a quick decision. 5,
Poppy,
4,
Yes. Yes.
it seems we have
3.
someone going to find Teaca. Should we stop him?
Yes. I think we should at least buy some time.
Okay, I'll start heading towards Pietro.
As you turn around, start making your way towards Pietro, he's like walking. He seems to be kind of like getting himself together, kind of putting his gear. Almost looks like he just woke up from a nap. He's very much just kind of walking. Just kind of pulling his gear. Oh! Hello, my friends. I'm off to go collect my quarry, and then I'm going to be out of here.
Oh, you think it's clear enough now to travel?
Oh, absolutely.
Isn't it kind of hard to take someone by yourself in this kind of weather?
Not at all. There's dogs. There's axe beaks. Easy peasy. All right, now, come on. Out of the way, out of the way, out of the way. I'm going to go collect my quarry. Come on now. Come on. He's going to try and push his way between you two because he's a dick like that.
Excuse me.
Excuse yourself, dearie.
Drathar will kind of move to the side and let him go between us, but then he'll start walking with him a few steps behind.
Poppy follows.
He starts walking. He's kind of walking a little heavier. You see him look over his shoulder. What, are we all heading the same way?
Yes, if you are going to be taking our friend, I guess this would be a good time to, see her, I guess.
Say your last goodbyes. That's so sweet of you.
I don't think it'll be our last goodbyes.
Believe me, it'll be last goodbyes. I promise. She's gonna go to Wanda Deep. The Pasha down there, he's gonna tie her up in chains, put her in one of them skimpy outfits, and probably have his way with her for eternity.
Sadly, I think she might like that.
Well, she's in luck, and it'll be even less of a fight to get her there. It's always rough when they fight. I hate having to chain him to my sled like that, but, is what it is. You guys are about 50 feet from the town hall at this point.
I'm going to let him continue walking in, and I'm going to keep following.
Okay. He walks into the town hall. You follow behind. He walks over to the guards to the left. Hello, boys. I'm here to get my gal. She ready? Guards just start looking and start opening up the door. You guys are great. Did anyone ever tell you guys are great? I love working with you guys. They're just kind of looking at him like,
Where was Estia during this whole thing?
Estia, you are, by this time, after all this stuff is transpiring, you are now probably in the admin room again, getting ready to come back out.
So did they all go past without me seeing them?
No. Pietro went to the secret door on the left, where he got him from the last time. He didn't go through the admin side.
Okay.
And Drathar and Poppy are standing there in the lobby.
Got it.
So if you want to be coming out of the admin area, you would be seeing Drathar and Poppy, and then obviously to your right seeing a Pietro.
Yeah. Okay. That seems to fit the time frame. After all her baking and sneaky stew making.
Absolutely.
So I think she would come out to the lobby and bump into Poppy and Drathar. Oh, I'm so glad you made it back. Hopefully with better news than what I have to share.
Well, it depends on what you think would be better news. I have some bad news. Pietro's come for Teaca.
Wait, 1 minute. Speaker Wayland said we had enough time.
I don't think Pietro cares.
He's going to look over, wave, big smile on his face.
I think that as she's just going to kind of squint her eyes at him, she despises his very existence. Not so smug there, sir. We have a deal with Speaker Wayland. And you're not able to take Teaca just yet.
Excuse me?
Excuse yourself. Your issue's not with me. Go take it up with the speaker.
Boys, you know anything about this? He's looking at him. They're looking at each other. Are you just making this up? Boys, let's go. Let's get her. She's coming with me.
You're going to have to deal with Speaker Wayland if you remove her from the cell. You should check with her first.
Give me an intimidation check.
It's 8.
You know what? The speaker can do as she wants. I've got official writ from one of the pashas in Waterdeep. They're not going to care about some speaker in some town in Icewind Dale.
So I think Esty would say, Nims?
Oh, God, not Nims.
You probably want to go get him. It's going to take him a while to get there.
As he is not letting Pietro out of her sight, so she's just going to call for Nims.
I'll go get Nims.
Yeah. By this time, the door's open. Teaca, you look to your right and you see kind of this door slide open, and then they open up the cell. And one of the guards who put you in the cell is now coming to remove you. Poppy, you walk through the admin door, and you see Nims is kind of sitting there, just very content look on his face. Prudence as well.
Nims, we need your help.
Help with what?
Speaker Wayland said that our friend can stay, and that nasty bounty hunter is trying to take her away.
Oh, you made a deal with the speaker, eh?
Yes.
Well, do we have a writ or proof or something that shows that she's to remain here until you've done something?
I don't have anything, but we talked to her. She gave us her word.
Well, Prudence, dear, would you run to the speaker's office and confirm what this young lady here is saying? If so, we are obliged to remand the young satyr lady until further notice.
Thank you, Nims.
Prudence is gonna get up and kind of hurry her way through the door, and she's gone. Nim's just kind of,
You're welcome. Do tell Estia next time you see her. Stew is lovely. And
I will
wherever she gets that
definitely do
honey, top notch.
I think she harvested it herself.
Really.
Yes.
She's just full of surprises, that Estia.
She surprises me every day.
Lovely.
She is.
Where's Prudence? Sorry, the way you're looking at me makes me a bit flush. I don't know why. Eyes betraying me or something. Anyway, Prudence!
he's just very awkwardly looking at you. Poppy's like, I don't know what to do. A moment later, Prudence comes back. A moment later, Prudence comes back. Nims, yeah, apparently the speaker said that they have a day or so to be able to find information relating to the stolen figurehead. If they're able to do that, then they're able to have their friend back.
Well, let's go break the news to Pietro. I do love when he gets his stick up his ass.
Thank you, Nims. Thank you, Prudence.
You're welcome.
Prudence, dear, today and watch the papers. I'll go out and handle this.
And you see Nims kind of walks out very slowly. By the time he does, Teaca, you've been taken out of your cell. You are placed into manacles with your hands in front of you, and you are being led out to the lobby. Yes.
I think Estia would have taken up a
Hi.
position like blocking the door of the lobby and just kind of holding her axe with both little halfling hands.
And
Not
is-
like physically blocking the door, just between where Pietro is and where the door is.
Nims comes out.
Ezio, why is your axe out? There's
Nims,
no
I'm
need for
so
that.
glad you're here. This fellow was trying to remove Teaca without the speaker's permission, and I just didn't think that appropriate whatsoever.
I quite agree. Listen here, Pietro, my most illustrious bounty scum. I apologize to put a thorn in your knickers, but that satyr is remanded by orders of the speaker.
Pietro's just going to look over. Oh, come on now. No, you've got to be joking. The speaker's got no authority over one of the poshes of Waterdeep. They will have her head, have her hung, drawn, and quartered. Absolutely not. She's coming with me right now. We're going to go. I'm going to take her. We're going to get this bounty settled. Make the Pasha happy. I'm pretty sure there might be something in it for you. I know food's a little scarce here. They can send some stuff up from Waterdeep. I'm pretty sure I can make that happen.
We
What
have
you
that
say?
covered. We have food covered.
Oh, my dear, please. Just pipe down. I've got this.
Wait, okay.
Yeah. Just
Teaca, just a minute. Don't you worry. We have this under control.
And Nims is going to walk up to Pietro.
look, I might be old, and a bit phlegmy. But if there's one thing I do love, it's making pissants full of vinegar like you a bit squeamish. So let me tell you something. Boys.
And the guards look at Nims.
Now,
Hey, Jonathan.
Not Jonathan. Two different guys.
Hi, not Jonathan.
It's not Jonathan. Jonathan's inside.
boys, I'm going to ask that you put her back in her cell, please.
And they kind of stand between you, Teaca, and Pietro and begin walking you back into the cell.
See, Mr. Pietro, no one listens to you here. This is East Haven. We have mandates that are ordered by the speaker, and if you don't like it, you can take it up with...
And he spits on his shoe.
Or is that aggressive personality unequipped to deal with such things?
I think at this point, Estia kind of lowered her axe to the ground and just has this ridiculous grin on her face, like this "I told you so" kind of smile.
Would Estia be near Teaca?
No, she's by the
No.
door.
At this point, Teaca, they're kind of politely escorting you back into the cell area. Pietro takes a look at Nims, and he is staring daggers at him.
Well, Pietro, I hope you learned your lesson of who actually has the power here. And Estia is going to nod at Nims respectfully.
Listen here, old man. I don't take too kindly when people interfere with my bounty. I have lawful writ that says that she is mine. And if you continue to get in my way, you, your speaker, your guards, anyone, it's not going to end well. At all.
And he reaches down and puts his hands, or his hand on the hilt of his scimitar.
Drathar is going to be getting ready and putting his hand on his short sword and dagger just to be ready in case.
Pietro's going to kind of look around the room. And then Pietro's demeanor is going to change. He's going to let go of his scimitar.
But you know what, Nims, my friend, I'll tell you this. I'll go talk with the speaker, and we'll smooth these things over. I have no doubt that I'm going to get my bounty, and there's no need to get all huffy. I know just hobbling out from your desk to here must have been quite the exertion. So, I'll go talk with the speaker, and then when I get back, and I take my bounty, you're going to be all right with it. Because I'm going to go get it smoothed out right now. Be back in a jiffy.
And he kind of does a little double pat on Nims's shoulder and starts walking into the admin room. Nims turns around.
Excuse me, Mr. Pietro. The speaker's schedule is currently full until tomorrow. You'll have to come back then. If you proceed further, I'll have the guards imprison you for breaking into the admin, which, since we've already had a break-in, they're only too obliged to do. I suggest you retire to whatever hovel you have rented for your stay here and return tomorrow in the afternoon when the speaker's schedule clears. Unless you want to join your friend. I hear there's plenty of empty cells in East Haven. They typically don't stay filled for long. Sacrifices and all that.
Pietro just kind of gives him a look.
All right, old man. All right. I'll take my leave today. It's fine with me. Guess I could stay one more day and take in the smells of East Haven.
And he's going to walk over to the door. Basically just boot the door open extremely hard. And storm out.
Estia kind of moved to the side of the door, but like arms crossed as Pietro storms out.
He's kind of a
With her
dick,
3.5
isn't he?
feet of intimidation.
He's kind of a dick, isn't he?
Kind of, it is an understatement. Nim's well handled. I'm very proud
Oh,
and impressed.
I might be old and Fleming, but I still know how to stick to process. And process, if done correctly, is mighty powerful.
Puppy's gonna walk up to Nims and put her hand on his shoulder and give him just a small kiss on the cheek and say, "Thank you."
And he lets out a little fart. He has no idea what's going on. He's just...
Miss, you're welcome. I'm gonna go back to my office. If you need anything, ask for Prudence. I have lots to do.
And he kind of like scuttles kind of back in. It's almost like Penguin like at this point. Kind of goes back to his office. And goes to the door. Teaca, you are once again in your cell, unfortunately. So Pietro has left. You have sent Nims blushing. What's the plan now, fam?
So is it just the three of them in the lobby at this point?
Yeah, it's the three of you and the two guards that are guarding the secret entrance to the jail cell.
Well, not so secret to us now since we've seen it multiple times.
100%. It's really less of a secret door and just kind of more of one of those like front entrances that they're trying to keep inconspicuous.
I know I've kind of asked this before. So like the jail, right? There's two doors, one on either end of like a hallway that
so
has the cells,
Correct.
but they're only guarding one door.
They're guarding both doors. So there's internal guards and there's guards that are kind of in the admin section. So again, for the layout's sake, you've got the main lobby, and then to the right, you have a door that leads to the admin, which then has another door that leads open to kind of like a main kind of area. And that's where the main kind of display of everything is that was taken. To the left of the door, you can see down where there are two guys guarding the jail cell. And again, catty corner from that door across the way from this kind of display area is where some additional offices are, where Speaker Wayland's office is.
So basically, we know that there's two guards at either door to the
Correct.
jail.
There are two
Okay.
guards that are at either side of this.
So I think that Estia would kind of beckon to Poppy and Drathar to move to the other side of the lobby away from the guards, like out of earshot, hopefully.
Drathar will come and start heading over with you.
Same. Follow along.
So Estia would probably Estia's gonna ask them like how they ran into Pietro and try to find out that like how that
Ask him.
transpired.
Just ask him.
Okay. So you knew Pietro was here. How did you come? Like, how did you get here at the same time as he did?
We were getting some information from one of the other taverns, and after getting a lead, we decided to come back, and on our way back, we saw him come out of a house.
Ooh, okay. So we know where he's staying?
We can presume he's staying there unless he was going to see
Loitering.
someone.
Did you find any good information at the bar?
We did get some leads about what we were looking for, but we do have to go back, which I think it would be better if I go back by myself. The person who runs the ferry has some information, and if we don't talk to him, he will kind of take that as a personal slight against him. But Poppy kind of stands out too much.
Here's the issue. So we Pietro's gone for now, but we need to get this job done quickly because there's only so long we can stall with Speaker Wayland before she lets him carry Teaca off. So this job needs to get done quickly. However, I don't feel safe about leaving Teaca here without any sort of interference. I think that one of us should stay here just to prevent Pietro from carting her off.
I can stay here.
Do you think on your own you'll be able to stop Pietro from taking Teaca?
I'll get Nims to help again.
Don't you think it'd be better if somebody with, I don't know, a great axe perhaps stayed? I have built up some goodwill with both Nims and a couple of the guards.
If you're worried about that, we could just go try to see him at his house and make sure he doesn't make it in the next day or two.
Oh. I think SJ is going to be a little taken aback. Oh. She's going to glance at Poppy. And your thoughts on this method?
I think Draythar's right, actually.
I mean, he seems quite joyful about tying up Teaca, so hey, he seems to like being tied up.
Taste of his own medicine. I'm all for it. As heartless as that sounds.
Well, I don't think it's heartless at all.
Anything to wipe that smug grin off of his disgusting little face.
He is kind of a dick.
Kind of.
Giant.
I believe he's a very small dick, but we won't go there.
You just did, but yeah, you're not wrong, probably.
I'm pretty sure his whole attitude is compensating for something, but we don't need to find out what. Let's go and deal with him.
Do you want to go deal with him now or wait till later?
I mean, time is of the essence. Even with Speaker Wayland's good grace, we only have, 48 hours? We've already burned through a few of those.
Okay, then I'm...
Do you remember the time frame? Because I'm pretty sure it was 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We had 2 days.
Okay. So as she's going to start walking out the door and then realize she does not know where she's going, she's going to look back at Draythar and wait for them to catch up, I guess.
I thought you were leading. You seemed to know where you were going.
I honestly have no clue. I just started walking.
This is why we tend to leave you in charge. You like to take that role, it seems.
Well, it's better than sitting around here and just waiting for the 48-hour clock to tick down, isn't it?
That's why we were doing something.
I'm following your lead.
Okay. Draythar will walk out and start heading towards the house where Pietro was.
Okay.
Does it look like there's footprints in the snow leading that way?
Sure. Do you want to give me a survival check?
Sure.
All of us?
just Drathar for now, since he's looking for it.
Oh, good.
You rogue, you.
13.
Yeah, you see some fresh tracks in the snow leading back towards the house that you saw before.
Okay, I will start heading that way and kind of keep an eye on the tracks, make sure that they're going that way and they don't sort of veer off anywhere.
Yeah, so you you continue to follow these tracks, and after a very short while, a couple blocks, you see that they divert towards the house that you saw Pietro at previously.
I'm going to slow down. So, Etzia, that is the house that we saw him come out of. We need to sneak up there, see if we can hear him in there. If the door's locked, I will try to open it, but we need to be quiet.
Okay. I think being as I'm a smaller person, I can obscure myself behind you pretty well, as long as you're quiet.
I will
Do
definitely.
Do we want Poppy to come in too, or should we leave a lookout?
Poppy, how do you feel about it?
Well, I'm fine with either. I can be a lookout or I can come in and help.
Do you think you're sneaky?
Probably not as sneaky as some.
You pick. You come with us.
I can
in
stay
guard?
out here. I can stay out here. That's fine.
Okay, we'll leave you on guard duty then. If you see anything, just let us know.
Okay.
And with that, Drathar is going to have his hands ready on his short sword and dagger, and he's going to slowly start sneaking up to the house.
And Ezzy's gonna sneak up right behind him.
And if you need a stealth roll, it is a 26.
Perfect. Estia, also give me a stealth roll, please.
Uh, 11.
Okay. You guys stealthily make your way up to the door.
Wait a second. I think I have advantage when I'm hiding behind somebody.
It's fine.
You can
guys made
attempt
the
to
check?
hide even when you are obscured by only by a creature that is at least one size larger than you. Okay, I guess it doesn't change anything.
You're good.
When we get up to the door, do we hear anything at all just from being there?
Not anything you can hear directly. You do hear some shuffling inside, but nothing else of note.
Drathar's going to try to turn the door and open it at all quietly, see if it moves.
It does.
Drathar will then slowly kind of pull the door open and take a quick peek inside, see if he can see Pietro at all.
As you kind of peek around the doors you're opening it, you see Pietro's in there, and he seems to be packing all of his bags.
Is he turned away from us?
Yes, currently.
Then Drathar's just going to kind of quickly turn towards Etzia, just put his finger up to his mouth, open the door slowly, and then start sneaking in behind Pietro.
And SG is gonna follow.
He's going to slowly pull out his short sword and his dagger just in case, and sneak up behind Pietro.
Okay.
I think Estia would grab the rope out of her bag.
Are we able to get to the behind Pietro, or?
Give me another stealth check.
Okay. $14.
Okay. So as you Continue to creep up behind Pietro. You make your way slowly until you're positioned behind him.
Then I am going to try to knock him out with the pommel of my short sword.
Okay.
So I will try to do.
I'm going to have us roll for initiative first.
Okay.
Me too.
Everyone, yep.
STA gets a 22.
18.
Drather has an 18.
Okay, hold on. So SD has a 22. Drather, you have an 18. Poppy, what do you have?
18.
18. Okay.
Wait, where's Teaca's roll? Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So savage. Okay.
Oh my god.
All right.
Ouch.
Very savage. Okay. So this is gonna be a surprise round. Estia, since you hide, do you defer your turn to Drathar?
Yes, I
Okay.
defer to Drathar.
All right, Drathar, do your thing. Roll to hit.
Okay. 18.
It hits.
Technically, it's sneak attack on that too. So
Well, not on the. You get a sneak attack on the damage, not on the
yeah,
to hit roll.
I know on the damage.
Oh.
Four plus another 1d6. Seven damage.
So you sneak up behind Pietro. And as you get closer and closer, you what? Try and smack him on the back of the head. He goes, "Oh, damn it. What in the hell?" And turns around. And we're in it, ladies and gents. It is time.
Poor soul.
Poor soul. So, Estia, it is well, Poppy, you have a turn, but you're outside, correct?
Yes.
So you do not hear this. You're listening. So unless you want to do something on your turn, then you got nothing.
I may hear probably some noise coming from inside, but I'm gonna assume that it, because it's gonna be muffled enough that I'm gonna assume I really don't know what's going on.
Okay.
So I'll hold.
Okay.
So ST's turn.
It's Estia's turn now.
All right, so I think that she would fly into a rage. And then she's gonna. These are all non-lethal attacks, correct?
You choose whether they're lethal or non-lethal.
Okay, these are not. ST's attacks are non-lethal.
Correct.
She's trying to tie him up, not kill him.
Okay.
And then flying into a rage is a bonus action, correct? Yes.
Hmm.
So I can also reckless attack though?
Absolutely.
Okay, so she's gonna reckless attack with her great axe non-lethally. If I remember how to do it. So she gets 18 plus 4, a 22.
That'll hit.
I don't think she has to roll again.
With reckless attack, you could have rolled twice, but yeah.
Right.
No, roll again because you might crit.
Okay. 20 plus 4. That one's an 8.
Yeah, your
So-
first one. You still hit. So
Okay.
you definitely got to hit.
And then for damage, 1d12 plus 2. But it's also plus 2 melee damage. So it's 1d12 plus 4. So she gets 9.
Okay. You kind of take your axe and kind of blunt him straight in the nose. God, fucking nose. Oh.
Oh, I'm supposed to have an advantage attack because I'm in reckless.
You did. That's why I gave you the second die.
Oh, okay. It's not for damage. It's for okay.
Yeah, it's not for damage. It's for the hit.
The hit. I got it.
What the hell? And he draws his sword, and he's going to swing right at you, Drathar. Let's do public rolls because it's fun. That is a 12.
That misses.
And he swings wide, still holding his head. Oh! Ugh, get back here. Drathar, it's your turn.
Drathar is gonna swing with both his short sword and then his dagger. First will be the short sword, which is a 20,
That'll hit.
and the dagger is a 19.
Both hit.
Nice rolls.
Let's go. Show me the damage.
Plus 3. And he'll get his sneak attack on the short sword, so it's 8 plus 6, so 14, and then the dagger, which won't be as much. $17 damage.
Wait, was the 6 from sneak attack?
Yep.
But he wouldn't have sneak attack because
Yeah, I
he's
do.
engaged with you, right?
Nope, you're there, so I automatically get sneak attack.
Yep.
As long as another ally is fighting him, I still get sneak attack.
Okay, so I gotcha. We did sneak attack very differently. Like if he had to be in, when we did sneak attack for my other campaign,
Mhm.
the enemy had to be engaged with somebody else in order for
Well,
the rogue to use sneak
you-
attack.
You both are technically engaging him within 5 feet. That's why it works.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
So, so
Get
you're
him.
saying, was that 17 total?
Yeah, it's 17 total.
Okay. So just add another 3. Drathar, you kind of come up. I can imagine you taking this short sword and just like smacking him straight in the stomach and then taking your dagger and giving him like an uppercut with the pommel. Oh, what are you doing? ST, it's your turn. Actually, Poppy, you hear commotion going on inside.
Poppy's gonna look around to make sure nobody's around. And she's gonna start walking towards the door to see if she can see what's going on.
You look inside just after Drathar's kind of given a couple quick blows to Pietro.
She's gonna call in and see, do you want help? Do you guys want some help?
How is Pietro looking right now?
He's got a bloody nose. He's got the wind knocked out of him. He's kind of doubled over at the moment, disoriented.
For right now, Poppy, just keep an eye out.
Hey,
ST, it's your turn.
She's going to, attack recklessly again.
Okay.
Thank goodness. 13.
As you miss. As you try and go in for kind of a finishing blow, you kind of go in with your axe and go in just a little too hard, and he kind of stumbles out of the way, holding his head, and he is going to try and take a swing at you now that you're kind of prime view. And because you recklessly attacked, he gets advantage. And he's gonna hit you.
Damned woman, take this. Ugh.
Wait a minute. You rolled 2d20s.
Yeah.
So
And
you got
you
a
reckless-
15 and an 11?
Yeah, so when you I've got a 15 plus 6, so I'm assuming that's a hit, a 21.
Yes. Okay, yes, it is.
Yeah. So he kind of just goes to slash him, and he kind of gets you across the arm for 7 damage.
Oof.
Drathar.
Seeing that he has hit Etzia, Drathar is going to again try to slam the pommel of his short sword into his stomach and then bring his dagger up across the side of his head. 20 and then 10, so the sword hits.
Sword will definitely hit. Let's hope that's all you need.
5 plus 6, so 11.
Nice.
Drathar, you see him slash at Estia, and as you do, you take your sword and you lean into it with everything that you can, gripping on to the blade with your other arm and slamming it into his ribcage that's exposed to you as he got done with his swing. You just see him go, oh, fuck, and drops to the ground. He is down.
Since he is down, I'm gonna check on Etzia. Etzia, are you okay?
I mean, he got me a little bit, but I'll manage. What are we gonna do with him now? If we tie him up, what if he bleeds out before we get back?
I'm sure he'll be fine. We didn't try to kill him. I didn't cut him with my sword at all. He'll probably be bruised and sore for a while, but
He's not like gushing. Is he? Can I look at the state that Pietro is in, other than unconscious?
No, he's battered, but he's not cut anywhere. He has a
Okay.
nosebleed.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, as unpleasant as that is, as she's gonna pull out the rope and start tying up his hands and feet.
All right.
and while
He's
she's doing
gone.
that, Drathar is gonna kind of look over his gear that he has, especially the scimitar.
Yeah, he's got a scimitar. He kind of has a chain shirt. Trying to see what other goods he has. He has a chain shirt underneath some leather armor. He has a pouch of coin, a small shield, and some other miscellaneous items.
Well, because he's annoyed me a little bit, I am gonna take the coin purse and the scimitar.
Okay.
And I think when Estia's done tying the poor fellow up, she's gonna try to find. She's gonna leave him on the floor, and then she's gonna try to find like where his bedroom might be in this building.
It's almost like a what do you call it? Like a studio kind of a setup. It's just one big kind of room, and I say big loosely. And there's like a bed, there's a table, there's a little kitchenette, and that's really it. It's nothing special.
Okay, so from like looking around, Estia would probably try to make sure like it looks like he's the only one staying here, or see if there's any signs that there's more than one person that's living here.
It's just him.
Excellent. She's gonna kind of hoist him up
Excellent.
on his shoulder, kind of fireman carry him over to his bed, and just kind of plop him down on the bed, all tied up.
Okay.
Drathar, do you have anything for a gag, or once he wakes up, what's to stop him from making enough noise to draw attention?
Oh, I think we can find something for a gag. Drathar is going to kind of go look through the place, see if he has like any shirts or something that I can kind of tie up around his mouth and put in his mouth.
Sure. I mean,
Gag him.
you kind of go into his bag, and he certainly has a number of kind of rags in there, pieces of clothing you could use.
Is there any like especially nice looking shirt?
I mean, he is a little fancy. There is one that has kind of some ruffles around the front. It's a little bit of a plunging neckline. He does have some rather nice chest hair.
Then I am gonna ball it up, shove it in his mouth, and tie it around his head.
It has as a finishing touch. I think SG is going to take some more rope and wrap it kind of around his torso to tie him to the bed itself.
Lovely.
Since we're here and we're already having so much fun, do we see any like cold weather gear or anything that looks like it would be helpful? And also, do we see the right that he had to come get Teaca?
Ooh, that's a good question. So, you do a little investigation check there, Drathar.
Okay, what
At
is
this
that?
point, since Poppy hasn't really heard anything, she's going to poke her head in again and kind of walk in and say, what are we looking for? What are we looking
18.
for?
Yeah, Drathar, so
SG gets a 19 for investigation because once she's done tying him up, she's going to help look around. She's kind
Yeah.
of snoopy.
So, SD, as you snoop around, you don't see anything particularly kind of crazy. You do see kind of a what almost looks like a whip, but it doesn't look like it's a weapon. It just kind of looks like a tool of sorts, kind of sitting on the table. And Drathar, as you're looking through the pack, you do find the bounty letter, but then also another handwritten letter.
I will take both of those. And since did I hear Poppy asking that what we were looking for?
Yes.
I will just kind of say that we're just seeing what sort of stuff he has. We subdued him, and we're trying to look for the right, which it looks like I just found.
Oh, good.
SG is going to walk over and kind of pick up the whip and hold it at arm's length. We also found this, which is of no interest to me, but maybe it is to you.
Are you saying that to Poppy or
To
me?
Poppy. to Poppy.
Why would I need that?
Never mind. And she's going to just kind of toss it on the floor.
Oh boy.
Drathar's gonna pick it up and take it just as a memento to give to Teaca.
Sounds great. Sounds fantastic.
Does he have any cold weather gear here that would be useful to us that we've seen?
Not that you don't already have.
Okay.
How about firewood? Swear if we freeze in another cave.
Well, no, we don't want him to freeze though either.
Okay,
We
I
don't
don't
want
care.
him. We don't want him to die. We don't want murder charges on us.
He's not going to be able to make his own fire.
Well, we can leave something smoldering here for him, can't
Oh
we?
yeah, we're gonna burn down the house.
Burning down the house.
You guys, I swear to goodness. What's the plan here, fam?
I'm looking for firewood. That was honest.
There is
Truthfully,
firewood. There's of course firewood
Estia's gonna
stacked in the
grab
corner.
some, but not all of the firewood, like a nice little armload.
There's a little wood stove next to the pile of firewood.
She's gonna grab an armful of firewood. Thank you.
There you go. Fantastic.
I'm done here. I think
So you found a writ, and what else did you find?
another. Do you say handwritten letter?
It was the bounty, like the bounty notice, and then a separate letter.
Can I look at that separate letter, see what it's about?
Sure. So you kind of take this letter and you see kind of a broken seal on the back of it. And as you open it up, you can kind of start reading. And it basically sums up to Pietro. Find this wench that stole the heart of my concubine so that I may steal hers. Bring her back to me sound, and I may make it worth your while, even greater. As we agreed, 5,000 gold pieces shall be yours. Possibly more.
I will pocket that. Let Poppy and Ezia know. Looks like it's a letter from the Pasha to Pietro to find the woman that stole his concubine, and if he's brought back,
Stole
she's brought
her
back
virtue.
in one piece. Stole her virtue. I mean, if she's brought back in one piece, it's 5,000 gold or more. Perhaps if we somehow solve this problem and come across this nice young satyr woman, we could possibly take up this bounty.
Well, since we've got the writ, maybe we can try and get Teaca released. I wonder, do you think I should talk to Nims about that? I mean, after all, we just sort of found this, didn't we?
I think we should get the job done that we were sent to do and go and earn Teaca's freedom.
That would probably be better. It'd be a little suspect if we just show up with a writ and then they might try to look for our nice friend here.
I mean,
True.
so not for nothing, Drathar, when you see the bounty notification, do you take a look at it again?
Yeah.
It looks exactly like Teaca. Like, there is no difference. There's no difference in maybe a nose or a horn or an ear. It is Teaca. Shockingly so.
So I think we should definitely finish this job, and then we need to have a little talk with Teaca.
It's impossible. It's impossible. But we need.
I mean-
the clock is still ticking. We need to find these dwarves, return this artifact, and go from there.
Yes, it's impossible. So is us being here is impossible. Who knows what could have happened? Maybe she came before, but yes, we need to do this job so we can have a talk with Teaca.
I definitely agree.
We need to talk to her about keeping her mouth a little shut at times.
Yeah, but she's in jail, and maybe if we can try and slip her some more beer and keep her drunk, they'll just think she's...
That's probably the worst idea.
No, but they already think she's crazy drunk. Estia helped with that.
Well,
That's about as much time as I could buy us.
if you guys want to go get her some more beer, I will go talk to our nice friend Scython and see if I can get him to agree to let us go to the ferry and see what else he knows.
Well, as you guys decide on that, we will just go ahead and end there for the evening and pick up next time. Oh boy.
According to the writ, she did come before.
I love how focused you are on this. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Again, if you're catching this on YouTube, please make sure that you're hitting the subscribe button, notifications, and liking the video. I don't know. Leave us a message. Do you think that Teaca did it, or do you think that it's a doppelganger? What is the situation? I'd love to hear your theories. Anyway,
Very curious.
I'd love to hear your theories, but that's going to do it for us this week. We will catch you guys next time. Love your faces, everybody. Bye-bye.